In this video, we'll show you how to send messages to your social media networks via the Delorme inReach Explorer. Now, unlike messages that we send to SMS or email, that is a two-way communication. But when we're sending it to our social media accounts, that is a one-way communication. So we cannot receive messages back. Now, just like two-way messages, we can send it via the device or with our Earthmate smartphone app. But here we're just going to focus on how you can do it with the device. Now, before we get started, we need to do a little bit of setup. So we're logged into our Delorme Explorer portal, and we're going to click on the social tab. This is where we're going to manage our social media accounts. We're going to start looking at Facebook and Twitter. We'll do another video on MapShare. So we're going to link our accounts to our Delorme account. So we're going to click on Link Facebook. And if you're already logged in via your browser, we should be able to be logged in automatically. Notice here we have the option to post to our personal timeline, or if you manage a page, you can also post to that page too. Now notice here that we can include the location in our posts, but we're going to use Facebook just to share with our friends and family our trip and therefore our location. Let's go down to Twitter. It's a similar process. We're going to click on the link Twitter button, and we'll authorize Twitter or the Delorme to authorize access to Twitter, and we should be returned to our Explorer screen. We should see the account that we're associated with. Again, we choose to include or not our location or our posts, but for Twitter, it's a public social media platform, so we're going to leave our location there. Now, another thing you may want to do is click on the Messages tab, and you may want to adjust your quick text messages. These are messages that you tend to compose very often. Here we're going to click on Add, and we're going to add another message that we might send a little bit more often or not. And this will just save us some typing, especially if we're using hashtags or URLs to our MapShare. We can do it like this. So once we're all done, we're happy with our text messages. Even with our social media accounts, we need to sync our Delorme inReach. So let's click on Sync, plug in our inReach via USB to our computer, and we're going to click on the button here. If you've done this before, we're going to open up the inReach Sync application. And once that is open and detects our inReach, we're going to do a sync, and that will download our preferences. And once it's done, we can go outside, and we're going to send a social media message to our Facebook page. All right, so now that we've synced with our inReach, we're ready to send a social media message. We can do this from Messages, but we're going to go under Social. We'll press Enter, and we'll scroll up to select our recipients. Notice here we can select one or multiple social media networks, but here we're going to send only to our Facebook timeline, and we're just going to scroll down, go to our message body. We can either press enter to start typing, or if you want to save some time, we go to our quick message area, and we can just simply select one of the many messages that either we created or a previous one. So we can just select this message right here. We'll press send, and now you can see all the social media messages that you've sent previously. And once this is sent, we can check our Facebook account and show you what it looks like. And if somebody's using Facebook, they'll see your message in their timeline, or if they're looking at your timeline, you can see that we have the message that we composed, and we also have the link of our location by going to the Delorme portal. Now remember, we can turn off our details before we send out these messages, but if you were to include your location, this is how people would be able to follow your journey. And that's it. That's how you do one-way messaging via your social networks on the Delorme inReach Explorer. How to update firmware on your Delorme inReach Explorer. This is similar with the SE. Just need to go to the side, open up the USB port, take our cable, insert it in. Now we're going to plug